Oh, looks like it's working. And hopefully I have set everything up so that we don't get a ridiculous amount of lag. But just looking at like the YouTube thing, it looks like there's still lag. I did put it as ultra low latency, but do we believe that? That's annoying if it's still gonna do that, but what can you do? I'm hoping the sound is okay. Please let me know if there's any issues. Although if you can't hear me, then it just looks like I'm saying things and nothing's happening. Yeah, so it's my birthday and my channel recently passed 3,000 subscribers. I don't know how or why, but Mad Simple, who is part of my cult on Patreon, was asking me what am I going to do for both of these things. I don't remember what I said about the 3,000 subscribers, but I know for the birthday thing I said I'd probably cry, but we'll see if we get to that. Hey! Yeah, we'll wait and see when Mad Simple shows up, because he's the real troublemaker around here, isn't he? Anyway, so my day, how has my day been? Well, like, my day began at... Am I very quiet? Okay, let me see what I can do about that. Won't be that. Ooh, I'm a little bit scared, but let me just check that Microsoft didn't change. I think this might be the first time that I've live streamed on this computer. But I'm not sure. No, that should be... Hey! Oh, okay. So is it... Sounds alright. Oh, okay. Okay. I did slightly increase it a bit compared to when I film on OBS. So maybe it's just Paper Vampire who has hearing problems. If it's too loud, let me know. But it does have a limiter on it, so hopefully it won't distort. Yay! Birthday and also 3,000 subscribers. Sounds good? Okay, sweet. Yeah, so my day actually began at midnight because my, like, real life friend came over yesterday and, yeah, she was gonna leave at like 9:30, but then of course we started talking and, yeah, sorry, Paper Vampire. Yeah, then we started talking and, yeah, it ended up past midnight, so that's how my birthday started. I know, like, technically I wasn't born at midnight, but our society runs on dates, and so that's when it started. And so I went to bed a lot later than I do these days, because I have to get up at, like, I don't know, my heater turns on at 6:30, and then I sort of struggle out of bed around 7, and lately I've been taking Triton for a walk first thing. So I was pretty tired this morning. And then when we got back from that walk, he was a bit off today actually, but when we got back from the walk, my plan was to have Pop-Tarts, but I was like so tired, I accidentally had toast instead. Vegemite toast with cheese. I've got a video on how to eat Vegemite if you're not Australian and... yeah, so I fucked up early. Oh, sorry, I can just hear Triton wiggling around. We've probably got an hour and a half to party. Yeah, but anyway, so then after that I had a morning nap, and lately I've been putting Triton in his crate so that I can have a morning nap without him pouncing me before I'm ready to get up, and that's actually helped a lot. And that's something, you know, I talked to my psychologist about, and, you know, just trying to manage him more and use the crate more. Then played with him a bit more, and then put him back in the crate, and then I headed off to Mecca. Well, actually, before I headed off to Mecca, I had spotted my mum in my room with a freezer bag, like, you know, one of those cooling bags that you take to the supermarket to bring all your cold stuff home in, and I'm like, and yeah, she'd left presents. So like mainly my parents ended up giving me money, but also on card, and it's guinea pigs. So like, well done. I mean, this would all be mum. I don't think this is dad, but yeah. So because they remember that I liked guinea pigs, and I probably wouldn't mind having guinea pigs again, but you know, dog's a bit more fun. It's hard to get a guinea pig to act like a dog. Oh no, I still need money. And of course, the troublemaker has arrived. Everyone clap for Mad Simple. Hello, this whole live stream is your fault. I wasn't going to do anything. Just for reference. Anyway. Yeah, no, so, like, well done, Mum, with the card choice. A message. Well, I don't know if I should show my parents' names, so, I mean, I'm sure people know anyway, but... Da-da! You can see Mum's handwriting. Da-da-da-da. Can you read that? Can you guess? Dear Mariko, otanjoubi omedetou. Lots of love from Mum and Dad. Cool. Party time, excellent. Wee 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 wee. They also got me some more Pop-Tarts and diabetes. More to share. I haven't decided if I'm going to share yet. Although that is a lot of sugar. And also my friend got me some sugar. And, oh, she also got me this tape measure. I haven't actually looked at the photos and videos she sent me, but, because I didn't have one of, like, I've got a, one of those, but, like, for fashion type stuff, it turns out they have retractable ones for fashion as well. Oh no. It's okay, there's nothing shady going on here. Nothing shady going on here, Mr. Chanson. Yeah? Yeah, you could come and say hello. But you're supposed to be, you're supposed to be snoozing, aren't you? Yes. You're a good boy. I shouldn't have done that. Measure my foot. Measure your own foot. Anyway, so then I went out, like I dressed up a little bit. If you go on, so on my Instagram there's stories, and on Facebook there's stories, but the actual post is on my personal Facebook, and also the Facebook stories on my personal profile, not on my Destroyer Mariko. Yeah, I woke you. Woke the child. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. Hey, that's you. And it's me as well. It is. You want to come and say hello, or are you just gonna... Oh, that's alright. That's alright, sweetie. Yes, that's alright. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. I suppose I should give him some food for his troubles. Good boy. Alright, well. Yeah, no, I dressed up a little bit, and... I know, I post more on my personal Facebook, and I've been posting a little bit of stuff publicly lately, but I don't always share it to the artist page or whatever, because Facebook is annoying, and they want you to pay money to show anyone anything, so I'm just like, can't be bothered. But yeah, I went to Mecca, because they do, like, a birthday thing, and I'm in the Mecca Facebook group, and so I was, like, sticky beaking, because I'm like... Huh? What? Oh, thank you! There's a PayPal message. Nervous Neuron, thank you. I don't know if that came through, like, the stream thing, if it was meant to show... Oh, because I don't have the thing on. Oh no, I've got the wrong scene on. Where is... if I click There we go. Is that fixed now? Sorry. I can't remember how to do anything. It looks like some of these things have gotten a little bit screwed up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. I'm just not sure if it was supposed to show a thing, but my chatbot isn't working. Where is my little chatbot? I think, yeah, I haven't live streamed on this computer, and I've got to make a video about where even is the thing that controls all this stuff. Where's my dog? Oh, he's just lying down. He's okay. So yeah, this stream could be a little bit wonky. But yeah, the long story short is like, you know, I made those videos about alien. Oh, the 8-ball says, oh, it's working. Okay. Yesterday it would have been a but today. Are you there? Okay. But yeah, so I don't know if that PayPal, so PayPal thing was supposed to come through. Hello, you are so distracting. Where is the thing that is, I think there's one that's just the chat and not the things on the side that aren't working properly, but I don't remember how to, nope, that's not it. Oh, which one's the best one? Oh, it's all in your face. I'm sorry, kiddo. I don't know how to change it. I don't know if I've got another one. I think we're just stuck with that. I'm sorry, little kiddo. Yes, you are so cute. I know. But yeah, also. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So, the streaming stuff. Oh, I'm getting hot because I haven't worked with lights in a while. Hello, camera focus. There we go. Yeah, no, with, so YouTube, when you do, like, super chats, they take a huge percentage. With the streaming one, Stream Elements, I'm not sure, because, like, they changed things, because now that I have the new merch site, I think I didn't even fix this, because I have to fix the, like, merch thing. That's probably not going to work. Oh, I did! Oh, I haven't updated it, but that'll still take you to the new merch site, because, like, it's redirecting them. But yeah, also Stream Elements, they asked me if I want some new thing, and I don't know what it is. But they used to not take a cut, and now I'm not sure if they take a cut, so actually I do have to look that up. So yeah, PayPal Direct is the best one to avoid other people getting random money. It just doesn't trigger the live streaming stuff, but also I don't know if I've set up the live streaming stuff, because I'm like such a pro YouTuber that I plan these things super well. And what are you doing? You were about to cause trouble. Oh my god, let me grab him. Are you about to cause trouble because I'm ignoring you? Oh my goodness, sweetie. On the bed, that's fine. Yeah, I'm happy with you on the bed. Oh, I gotta drink my tea before it goes completely cold. But yeah, I had to migrate my merch to a new thing. So instead of being like Stream Elements, it's now Fourth Wall. And I haven't got around to ordering new samples. So I did ask Stream Elements what t-shirts they printed my old merch on so that I could make the exact same one on Fourth Wall. Because I really like the t-shirts that Stream Elements were using, but I haven't ordered new samples yet. To make sure they're the same. So if you do order any merch, just be aware of that. I can't tell you if it's good. Whoa, I did the thing! It's working, and I'm even pointing in the right direction. Wow, so that confirms that the tipping thing still works. Thank you. That's exciting. Oh my gosh, we haven't seen one of them. The things pop up in a while, because I haven't done live streaming in a while. I know I've been jumping around a bit, but yeah, with my computer, long story short, Alienware, or like Dell, I know I made those videos about how good their service is. It's not true anymore. Do the kangaroo dance. What, like those, I was watching with my friend those, sorry, I'm just gonna see what he still wants to cause trouble. You know, the TikTok the TikTok trend where they were like NPCs. I don't know if they're still doing it, but like oh no, what are you, excuse me, hey, come here. Don't do it. Come here. No? Oh no, if he's really not gonna settle, I might have to put him in the crate. Did it take a cut? I converted it to USD. Okay, let me have a look. It looks like it didn't take a cut, and yeah, it says USD, like in the email that they sent me. So yeah, I think that actually just came through, without taking the cut. That's really cool. Oh my god. Come here. No. Come on. Lie down. Good boy. Alright, I'll leave you alone. That damn tape measure. Come here. You want to have a look? You want to come and say hello? Yeah. Come and say hello. Triton, hands. Hands. Good boy. Yes, that's you. How pretty are you? Yes, I know. You are now the star of the show, taking over my live stream again. Oh, you alright? You alright? Oh dear, oh dear. You okay? Oh, sweetie. Yeah, why don't you just lie down? Here. Yeah, lie down. Good boy. Just have a rest, okay. Alright, don't worry about it. Yeah, he's a good dog. He's pretty smart and he likes to work. And he's learned so much already and he's still only 6 months old. Like, I am pretty impressed with him. We've been doing a lot of work together. But yeah, no, Alienware Dell, no good anymore. The service is shit. I had an issue with my old computer and the first technician beat up my computer. The second technician wasn't really very well trained, but he was paying attention to detail, but he didn't have all the parts because we found more issues as a result of the first guy. And then the third guy... The third guy was meant to be super experienced, but he plugged the cooling fan into the wrong... No, the liquid cooling system into the thing for a fan cooling system. And, I just saw the tip. So the tip thing, on the other side of the thing, it says, congrats on 3K subs and test. So there's like, I've got like chat on one side of OBS and activity feed on the other side of OBS, and they show different things. It's confusing. But yeah, no, so the third technician, he's meant to be all experienced and he plugged things into the wrong things. And then online support gaslit me about the diagnostics that I was seeing. And in the end, with a bunch of issues and backwards and forwards, they ended up having to give me a new computer. But I had to like basically get legal with them or threaten to. So that's how I ended up with a new computer, and I haven't made the video about that yet. And that's why, like, the live streaming, I don't know what I'm doing. I had to reset up some stuff and transfer things over, and I think this might be the first time that we're actually doing a proper live stream. What are you doing? You are super distracting. Do I need to take you out to your crate? Yeah? Do I? You want to come in? No? Just... damn tape measure. Oh, good boy. And not so good boy. Oh my god, he's so unsettled and so distracted. Like, it's weird though, because I make videos and he will sleep in there sometimes, but then tonight he's not. Triton! Just settle. He doesn't want me to pick him up. Yeah, that's me on the screen. And it was you before, okay? You're making it really hard. I'm gonna have to... Yeah. Just relax. Shh. Anyway, blah blah blah. Computers, I don't know how I got on that topic. live stream problems. Okay. Yeah, no, I went to Mecca today to get my birthday thing. Level 2, I tried really hard to stay at level 2 because level 3, I'm in the Facebook group, and the birthday things, like, you know, they change in July. Like, I think it's a financial year kind of thing. You want to smell it? Each financial year. So I was sticky baking to see what's this year's one. And this year for level 3, it was like sun cream. And I'm like, I don't go out in the sun, I can't use that. But for level 2, because I'm like $50 away from level 3, it's pretty embarrassing. But this one, so there's an eyeshadow. In real life, I don't know if you can see on the, how well it shows up on that. No, back up, don't step on all that. Excuse me. Oh my God, and don't bite me. Lie down. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the color, but it's kind of weird in real life. I don't know what that's gonna actually look like on me. It's kind of like, oh my God. I might have to take him to his crate because he's really just not settling. Give me a moment. Triton! Should I put on like some music or something? Where is my music? Bloody hell. You are really distracting, and I'm gonna have to, so there's one that like only patrons have heard, so let me pop that over. Oh, thank you! What was that? Was that a super chat? Party music! Thank you to Sally. Is that right, Sally? Happy birthday, long time watcher. Okay, I'm just gonna go and put my dog away, and then we will resume. Just turn down that so you don't get too much echo. Okay, troublemaker, and I'll be back. Okay, he's in his crate. Whew. Where did I miss? Unruly animals are rampaging. Oh yes, Sally. Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. Did it? Oh, and the thing updated. The thing updated. And you almost can't really read it. I don't know why it doesn't look right. I'm gonna have to figure out. I think that's on the Stream Elements website side that I've got to figure out why it's only showing white. Okay, where was I? Funky eyeshadow. You know, they probably chuck it in there because, like, who's gonna buy such a weird, funky color? I don't know, like, is it grey? But it's like, it kind of looks like it might have some kind of pink underneath it, but the glitter is green. And so, but I could be wrong. I don't know anything about this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. And then the other thing in here, if I'm clumsy enough, it's like a lip oil, and I don't know how a lip oil is different to a lip gloss, but that's a thing. I haven't tried it. I could try it now and just hope that it doesn't make my lips all fucking weird. I'm scared. And it's not like a mirror, so I need a mirror. Oh my god, it's so hard to do things backwards. What could possibly go wrong, right? Did it even have any color in it? Or is it just meant to be like oil and... Hang on, I need my phone as like a mirror. I could go into, Ah! Oh, that's no good. I don't know how people do this. Yeah, I don't know if that did anything. That's fine. It feels okay. But I don't understand it. Anyway, at least it's a little bit more useful than sun cream. So yeah, I'm still level 2, and I didn't end up spending anything. I thought I might. They had an event on for a brand called Hourglass, and they had some guy from America. And you think it did something? Like, I guess it looks a bit shinier, but I don't know if there's any pink in it. Anyway, I filmed a video about the Hourglass thing and like one thing I was testing. So I will edit that together eventually, and it's a really weird video because you only see my hands, and I filmed it like kind of upside down. So but that will go in my makeup playlist. Anyway, no, they had an event where it was like, for $100, they'll do your makeup, like a 60-minute natural makeup thing, and then you can spend the $100 on Hourglass products, and then if you spend a certain amount, they give you an extra gift. But I asked what the gift was, and it was like a makeup case or something, and some samples, and then I forget, I just sort of zoned out. So yeah, but it was kind of interesting to have a look. And anyway, another thing, I got an extra freebie, and I didn't have to spend anything for it. And this is the good one. So all I had to do is, like, you know, I've got the app, the Mecca app, and it has, like, your membership card in it, and then I had to put the membership card in my Google Wallet, which I didn't have a Google Wallet, so I had to download it in the store. But then I got this for free. That's it. I asked her, like, do I have to purchase something? Because I did see this red eyeshadow that I've been thinking of getting, which is only $10, so that wouldn't put me into level 3. But they said, no, we prefer you to buy something, but you don't have to. And so this is what it is. Burning in... But so it's like a tiny little fireplace, and it fire fun, and it's called Replica, by the fireplace, and it actually smells like burning. What I need to read to you my Facebook review, because that is kind of perfect. So it's like I went on a murderous telekinetic rampage and burned the world down, but in a classy way. And it's like, it's actually, I didn't know that this sort of thing existed. Like, you know, I still haven't made the fucking video about... I'm trying to do, like, sensory therapy things and, like, self-care type things, and trying to reconnect with things physically in the world. And, you know, my parents are accountants, so fire and explosions. Yeah, I don't think newer viewers of my channel understand, but the original crew, hell yeah. Yeah, no, I've been trying to do a lot of self-care, blah, blah. My parents are finance types, and, like, I grew up thinking we were poor. And, like, we're not rich, but we're not uncomfortable or anything. So, but because, you know, they're like, oh, shake the money tree, and, you know, don't be spoiled, blah, blah, blah. And... you know, about saving money all the time. Also, mum's Asian, so there's that stereotype. But yeah, like, you know, we tend to buy things in bulk and, you know, the cheap stuff. But now I'm trying to buy more expensive stuff and sort of learning about... Like, I made that community post about how you should put moisturizer on your feet at night. And just, like, these weird little things that I'm discovering. And I'm like, oh, that's actually nice. Like, yeah, okay, it's not a necessary thing. Um, it's not things that are, I don't know, like it's I'm trying to get more into the human side of, instead of the logic, buying logically and buying things that are cost effective all the time. It's more like, okay, but what about the more human emotional side, trying to reconnect. Anyway, so I've been getting into scents, and I have found some perfumey type stuff that I like. Like I've got this little perfume corner in there. Starting to find things that I like. But this, like it smells like a fireplace. And I sprayed some on me before. I'm just like, and I really like it. But yeah, there's other ones. Like one of the ones that I got smells like it has a hint of chocolate in it, and like that's in a perfume, and it just so like there was that Seinfeld sandpaper. It's going handy. Oh dear. But yeah, like I don't know how many of you are old enough to have or American enough to have watched Seinfeld, but there's that episode where Kramer, he has an idea for a perfume that makes you smell like you're at the beach, and then I think Calvin Klein steals the idea, and there's like all this crazy stuff, and I thought that was a joke, but now I'm like, they probably do make perfumes that make you smell like the beach. Because they've got one that smells like a campfire. No, sorry, a fireplace. And burning. And like it even said on the... I shouldn't have put it away. It even says on the packaging, like... fragrance description. Burning wood and chestnut. So like... That's really... no, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that I could perhaps satisfy some of the more crazy shit about me by getting a perfume that smells like everything has been burned to the ground. Anyway, so that was a thing. And then I did try to go to another shop because like I've got this nice hand cream, and as you can see, there's not a lot left, and like this stuff on your feet as well. Overkill, but nice. Aromatherapy, yeah, sort of. I gotta be careful though, like, some of those oils are not good for dogs. But yeah, no, that shop, the guys that have this, they were closed as I went by. And I couldn't be bothered to hang around because I was trying to get home before all the kids get out of school and all the mothers get out. And I wish I had the shredded car smell. Oh, are you not working at the shredding place anymore? There might be someone who does that. Like, I don't know. And it's sort of like sorcery. Like, there was a lady at Mecca who was helping me with all that stuff. She turned out to be the, like, perfume person. And it closed down. But yeah, no, like I was trying, because like with perfumes, they have like different layers, but I'm like, how do you make one layer go in the top and not the bottom? Like, and so she's trying to explain there's some kind of sorcery that goes on there, and, trying to claim that it's like this huge science. I don't know how true it is, but, yeah, interesting. Yeah, and then that's kind of been my day. When I came home, yeah, I filmed a bit of that video. The fire caused a lot of problems. Oh, did I miss a thing about a fire? I've sort of, like... It's been really hard for me to keep up with anything lately. Especially with a dog. And, like, I've been trying to watch YouTube, and I actually start to fall asleep. I think because I'm just so tired. And so, like... even a video that might be really interesting. And I'm not doing Neopets anymore, and I'm not doing Sudoku anymore, so how am I meant to stay awake when I'm watching videos? Like, the only way I could probably do it is if I go into the studio and watch YouTube videos on my phone. But then I want to listen to music when I'm doing art. So yeah, I really struggled with keeping up with anything on YouTube. Yeah. I'm so easily distracted at the moment as well. I'm just like, being tired is tough. The shred pass spontaneously combusted last September. 10,000 car fire? Holy shit. Burned for 3 days. Oh, I wonder, like, I've seen things on the news, but I may not have clicked, like, where it was. But if it was in September, that was a while ago. So, almost a year. Yeah, no. Just trying to think. I think that's basically my day, my birthday. This year has been, so, I have a lot of baggage about my birthday, which I've talked about in some videos lately, so I probably don't need to go over it. But this has been one of those harder years where it's back to being more of a traumatic thing. So I did turn off the thing on Facebook that tells all my friends that it's my birthday. Friends. There's so many randoms, especially being in music. Like, I networked with a lot of people, and so I don't even know who people are anymore. Especially, like, some of them change their names to, like, really random stuff, and I don't know which person you are anymore. And then if they change their pictures as well, sometimes that makes it hard. But I turned that off because, like, this year I just couldn't cope with a bunch of randoms. Oh, electric car fires. Those are... I don't know. Are we gonna go on a tangent about, like, electric cars? Mum was telling me in Japan, her sister reckons that, like, Japan's moving away from electric cars because they had so many issues with them, and, like, Japan has a lot of hills or, like, inclines, mountains, whatever, and people would drive their electric cars, but they wouldn't have enough power to get up there properly, and they get stuck and have to be rescued. And I don't know how, like, I can't verify it, but this is what Mum's saying. And so, like, Japanese are getting rid of their electric cars and going back to, like, petrol and hybrid. Here in Australia, there is a bit more of a push for electric cars, but, getting chargers installed is a big problem. Especially, like, people in apartments or, like, in the outback. Task force speculates the fire was caused by a lithium battery. Oh my god, there's so many fires caused by them now. Those, like, e-scooters are really bad. A lot of people's homes are burning from them. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and I don't know, like, the whole green energy thing. Lots of people that bought an electric car here are now going back to hybrid and combustion. Yeah. I think so. My mum has a hybrid electric. Like, it's a plug-in hybrid. So it can run on electric, but it also has hybrid mode. And then I think Dad got one that's just a hybrid. If you get water on the inner part of a lithium battery, it'll burst into flames. Yeah. I think we learned that in, like, high school chemistry. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, like... The green energy, and I put that... I don't know that green is the right way to describe it, because, like, yeah, okay, sun and wind, but what about all the materials that go into that? And it's not as green as it initially sounds, and then, there's a lot of waste, and there's a lot of, those rare metals or whatever that are being mined in all kinds of places where the ethics might not be so great. And so, like, are these really green? The whole green movement is just marketing. Yeah, it's like a marketing term. And, like, the term renewables also feels like a marketing thing. I've heard people call them unreliables. Cartoon radiation is green. Yeah, like, I am much more on the nuclear bandwagon. Although, there are some cases, especially in Australia, where I think solar does make sense. Like, in an emergency, you can just get a bunch of solar panels in and bring emergency power in. I think that's a good use of the technology. And also, if you are so far away from civilization that you need your own power, and maybe it's hard to get petrol in, or, gasoline, or whatever you're using for your generator, it could be useful there. But as far as a large scale thing, I'm not sure. I'm concerned about the land use as well. I mean, we do have a lot of empty land in Australia, but it's also like it's empty to the white man, but you know, some places, I don't know, it's tricky with like sacred sites and other things like that. I know with like mining, there's also that issue, but also a lot of the green stuff uses mining because you need a lot of copper to connect everything, and all the weird little windmills like to churn up the birds. Have you seen those ones where they have like all the mirrors in the desert and they all lead up to like the Eye of Sauron and Sauron, and then like birds will fly into the reflected sunlight and just get cooked in the air? It's just like, really fucked up. And that's supposed to be yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. But also like with the windmills, they use a lot of concrete, and concrete isn't the most environmentally friendly. And then I think at one point they were using a gas inside them. I can't remember what the gas is for. I don't know if it's like part of the power generation or whatever, but it's like actually worse greenhouse gas, environmentally friendly. Yeah, I don't know. Like I do think nuclear has a bad rap that's not really deserved just because of a handful of dramatic accidents. And I think it's like flying in an aeroplane. Like, it's scary, but it doesn't happen that often, and it's safer than everything else. Concrete just creates a dead zone. Parabolic mirrors do what magnifying glasses do. Yeah. Oh, man. But, you know, like, I'm no one. I have no influence. All I can do is vote. And, of course, our Conservative Party, who are called the Liberals, which is confusing for Americans, they have only now come out as pro-nuclear after they lost everything, and they have a potato for a leader who is rather unlikable. So, you know, they only get guts when it's like no chance of winning. Although the current government hasn't exactly been that great either, so they might piss off enough people, but then like there's no good choices. Anyway, that's a bit of a like political environmental rant. I don't it's so frustrating. Anyway, I was going on a tangent before that and I can't even remember where or if it was even important. Man, no birthday. This birthday's hard. I was talking about that. Baggage, trauma, when God gives you potatoes, make vodka. Oh, I don't know enough about alcohol, but I'll take your word for it. Makeup? Was I talking about makeup? Well, I've got that video coming out where you just stare at my hands for like 5 minutes. So you have that to look forward to. And, you know, I came home and I was showing my parents and trying to get them to see what's the difference, and them struggling with the idea. I realized like I've got lots of little funny spots on my hands, and I wonder if I should get that looked at. I think it's just skin variation, but because I live in Australia, like the sun can kill you. I don't go out in the sun much, but I got sunburned badly as a kid. Had the fire fragrance thing. Yeah, and it's like if my cult had a fragrance, that'd be a top contender for like the cult's fragrance. The smell of burning. Yeah. Before I turn into a complete psycho, though. Fire fragrance. Yeah, it was called By the Fireplace. Replica. Maison Margiela. Oh, it's French. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. Yes. Burning. But not burning. No, it's burning in a classy way. Well, burning corpses, if you think about it, is basically like a barbecue, right? It's like cooking. So as long as you don't overdo it, it might actually smell nice. But then you've got more of barbecue scent. Oh my god. The live stream already got weird, and Mad Simple hasn't even really had much input at this point. Oh man. But so birthday, yeah, like I'm cheering up a bit more now. And yeah, I managed to confirm that there were no plans, no last minute surprise plans. Although they are asking me, do I want to do lunch with my brother and his girlfriend? And if so, what do I want? And yeah, I don't know. I did just say, like, mum saw an ad on TV and I was like, could just do McDonald's. And dad was like, but you can do that anytime. And I'm like, yeah, but you can do anything anytime. Which, yeah, I won that argument. But I don't know if we're actually going to do Macca's. And it depends a bit on everyone's plans. But yeah, people like to use birthdays as excuses to do stuff. Okay, you could do stuff at any time, but yeah, so there may be some socializing coming up, but not today. And like in terms of birthday stuff, I think my day has gotten better as it's gone on because I started off super tired, especially before I had that nap. But then I got burning and things definitely improved there. And then I finally remembered to have my Pop-Tart for like afternoon tea. And then, rather than having some kind of forced social obligations in the afternoon, I would much rather be live streaming. So I'm partying with you guys rather than real life people. It's just too bad Triton was misbehaving. Oh, it does smell. Every now and then I get a whiff of it and I'm just like, yeah. But actually, I think once I sprayed it on me, that was actually quite relaxing. So yeah, my day improved a lot once I got that. And for free. And like, it's 10 mils. It's like a mini spray. I looked it up. It's $55 if you tried to buy that on its own. They just gave it to me for free for using a Google Wallet. And so now I'm heaps suspicious. Like, why do they need me to put my card in the Google Wallet? Because, like, I've already got their app on my phone. How are they getting other data, or is there something else? I don't like having cards on my... yeah. Yeah, it was like, today only we'll give you this thing for free. And so I'm like, oh, it just happens to be on my birthday. That's actually a kind of a creepy coincidence. But yeah, I just don't understand, why did they want it to be on the Google Wallet? Because now you might use the Google Wallet more. Oh, do you think Google has done a deal with them? I thought it would be like Mecca wants it on the Google Wallet for some reason, but I guess maybe Google could be using Mecca to make me use the Google Wallet. I don't know, but like I prefer cards. I don't want to have everything on my phone. And until very recently, I still had... Yeah, I know, it's super expensive. Like that small thing is $55. Whereas I have a subscription and, I'll show you them when I finally make a video, but they're like not that expensive by comparison, like maybe $20 for a slightly smaller bottle, but still not 55. Like, holy shit. That's the thing about Mecca. Yeah, I don't want any more. Yeah, if it's free, sure. If it's not free, they do have other products with the scent, though. If you look up, like, that same company, the By the Fireplace thing. I'm only 17 and I... What? Airplane? Goose? Oh, what? Goose? Isn't Goose like a Top Gun thing? Or am I haven't really... I don't think I've ever watched Top Gun. Even the new one. So I don't know. I think it might be a Top Gun thing. Yeah. Anyway, no, I don't know if there's some catch to that, because they're already on my phone. But yeah, until recently, one of them is called Goose. I picked up the word goose from my ex, like, as in silly goose. I've since evolved from that and sometimes call Triton a goosey. But yeah, I picked that up from him. But a goose is a funny word, just on its own. Like, if you don't know the meaning or anything, it's a funny word. But yeah, until recently, I was on the cheapest plans. For ages, I was on Optus for like $5 a month equivalent. And because I don't go anywhere, I saved a lot of money and just didn't use my phone very much. But then Optus was forcing me onto another thing, and so I changed to Aldi, but then they charged me for a text message I never sent and never really resolved it. It was... I'm probably gonna make, if I ever get around to it, a video about geese all over here. It's like 9 p.m. Yeah, oh, it's like almost 9 p.m. here too. Are you in Australia, Goose? Yeah, no, I'll probably make a video about a bunch of companies that I don't like anymore, and they're mostly tech companies. Shit everywhere. I mean, we have pigeons and seagulls and bush turkeys. They've really exploded in the last few years. Like when I was a kid, you never saw them. Now they're fucking everywhere. Sometimes you see ibises, but more in the city, not really where I am. Um, Okay, we don't really have geese where I live, but I don't know. They sound terrifying. Um, anyway, blah blah, Optus, Aldi Mobile. Pfft, I'm now on a different one where it was like, I got a deal, so for like, maybe I had to pay a year up front, but equivalent of like $9 a month, I get unlimited calls and texts, and for a year I have like 120 gigabytes, which my friend who is super social only used like 45 gigabytes last year. So chances are I'm not even gonna get close, and so now I can actually use data and I can download those apps when I need to get my $55 freebie. It'd be the best. So I now have like mobile freedom, and I don't think I would live stream out in the wild because video does take up a lot, and yeah, I don't need people to know where I am in real time. But I guess if I go to a gig, I could do that thing where people like film a bit of set or take a photo and post it as on their stories or whatever. But I don't know. I would rather enjoy the gig. School is a structure for knowledge, not the vessel for it. What? Okay. It's been a long time since I was at school, so yeah, school wasn't really the place for me. I was good at it, but I was also mentally ill and no one picked it up, did they? And now look at me. By the way, I'm 36 today. So, yeah. I'm old. I'm really old. But people still think I'm younger than I am, mostly. It's sort of like, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not good because people don't take me seriously. And also, like, when I'm socializing, I can fall into, like, I think Japanese people do this a bit. I'm half Japanese, maybe it's a happy 36. 50 push-ups, nah, fuck that. I do sit-ups, not push-ups, and I only do 10. But the last couple nights I haven't been able to do my night stretches because I've just, like, I went out one night and then I had my friend over last night. So, yeah, I do feel, like, unfit as hell. And also standing around at that art thing the other night, oh my god. Just standing, and I had to engage my core because I could feel like different parts of my body starting to complain, but then because I engaged my core, I was sore in there for a couple days after. So, I used to work in retail and I could stand the whole day, and now I cannot. Like, too many years of depression and being in bed, I have lost my fitness. So if my band actually goes anywhere, I will be operating on pure adrenaline, and they'll have to carry me out afterwards, or maybe I just won't move the next day. Oh my god. Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. Japanese voice. Like, some Japanese females sometimes fall into, like, cutesy speaking, and I think when I am out in the real world, especially if I'm a little bit uncomfortable, I can fall into a sort of cutesy, higher pitch, younger sounding way of speaking. And so I think that doesn't help people take me seriously. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. At other times, oh sorry, I can see messages coming in, from family and stuff, so I'm just gonna, but no, I think it'll be alright, because we're not gonna go too late. We've got like another half hour, so, chuck in questions and distract me. Maybe working around. I've been making a playlist for my friend, where she had a topic that she wanted me to find YouTube videos on, and like initially I was really good at just finding videos on that for her, But of course, at some point, I started to get distracted, and so I started putting in these short videos, and one of them is like a slinky on a conveyor, like a sort of it's a conveyor belt at an angle that someone has built, and the slinky is going down and down and down, and then they have the music going, well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. How does it feel to be an adult for 18 years? Oh my god, that's right, I'm 2 times 18. Tiring. Mark Riddle is 41. I do not know who Mark Riddle is. I am culturally impaired. I don't know people. I'm not interested enough in people. But yeah, so we were watching some of this playlist last night, and like it would be serious topic for maybe 8 to 10 minutes, and maybe there'd be like 2 of those in a row, but then all of a sudden there'd be all these like joke videos that are like 10 seconds long, and it's just like, because it was on autoplay, it's just sort of whiplash from serious topic to absolute like ADHD, what the heck. And she, I don't think she's been diagnosed or anything, but we joke that she has ADHD, but you know, we were laughing a lot, because it'd be like serious, and then jokes, and then back to serious. So yeah, there's some funny stuff in there. And then because it's taken a while for us to, like, you know, she was studying a lot, it takes a while for us to get back to actually watching it. So some of these things I think I put on the playlist like a year ago, and I've forgotten what they are, and then they come up and I'm like, Mark Riddle, St. George Dragons, I am the stars, I am the sun, I am the... Is that winter of your discontent? St. George Dragons, so I think that's a sports team. I'm not sure which sports team. Is that AFL? It sounds like AFL to me. But I do not know sports, and my family don't really follow AFL, so... Yeah! How do I know it's AFL? I don't know, probably because dragons, and I like dragons, and I might have asked someone as a kid, and that's about all I know. Yeah. Anyway, so was I on any other tangents, or I must go now? Eat 7 lamb skewers. Nice hair. Oh, my hair. Yeah, it's not too bad at the moment, but like, yeah. Good night. Yeah, enjoy lamb. There were some really good Australian lamb ads a few years back that were quite funny. I forget what it had a joke about like Islamabad because it has lamb in there. I don't know. I need to find that ad again. Yeah, no, my hair. What the lighting is maybe more on this side. Oh, it doesn't even show up. But so there's a little bit of black dye probably still in there. But I haven't dyed it black in a long time, so Islamabad. Mary had a little lamb and I ate it. Yeah. Oh man. No, so a couple of my band members are vegans, and it's been fun, like when they've come to my place for writing sessions, which hasn't happened for a while because they're now all doing their part elsewhere. My vocal parts are all set, and so we're just waiting on instrumentals and then hopefully band prac at some point. But yeah, so 2 of them are vegans, and when they were coming here, you know, Mum likes to make dinner for everyone when I've got friends over, and she had to learn how to do vegan stuff, and like in the beginning, I mean, she's like, is chicken vegan? And is fish vegan? And like very Japanese, because Japanese don't really understand the vegan vegetarian thing, and they kind of consider fish to be a vegetable in a way. And so like she actually has come a long way, so now Mom actually does know how to do vegan stuff, but yeah, it took a while. Oh yeah, and like even before that, before any vegans, vegetarians come, like I found a few years back on one of my Facebook memories, and I actually tagged my band members in it to show them that this is a long-term thing that Mum struggled with, where she made like a vegetarian stir fry, but put chicken in it. Yeah, no, in Japan, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you have to like really plan what you're doing, because Japanese like to use dashi, and dashi is like fish flavoring or something, like it comes from fish, and they just put it in everything and don't really think about it. And you know, if people really want to be strictly vegan or vegetarian, they need to avoid that. And I'm just like, the fish thing might be a Catholic thing. Oh, like back in the day, it used to be like you're supposed to have fish on a Friday. Fish isn't considered a meat. Yeah, it's like because you weren't meant to have red meat on a Friday, and I think like when I was a kid that might have been a thing and then sort of phased out, or maybe it was just because it was in Dad's day and then phased. I don't really remember. It's a long time ago. Yeah. Then also during Lent you could still eat fish. Yeah, because like it's considered a white meat, and I don't really know what that means. I feel like my glasses are just constantly... Oh no, maybe it's actually like a hair that's... oh, it smells... Every now and then I get a whiff of it. And I also like had I had a body spray on before that, and I think I used 2 different ones. I'm probably getting whiffs of them too, because they actually last quite a long time. Some of the perfumes, they don't seem to last. But then some of the, like the more expensive ones seem to last longer. But also I've got really cheap body mists, which aren't meant to last that long, and they actually do, and I'm like, But that might just be how they interact with my scent as well. It turns white when cooked. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Is that why it's called red meat and white meat? Or are we just making shit up and misleading people? Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, speaking of that, makes me think of those comments I got on my Adopt Don't Shop video. I upset some people that beef is red. Yeah? Yeah? I wonder why poultry is different. Or red if you want it well done. Or black if you've burnt it to a crisp. If I've been in charge of the barbecue. Actually, that was chicken, I think, that day. When my parents told me to watch the barbecue, so that's exactly what I did while it all burned. Oh, no. It's just like... Poor chicken. Yeah, no, it's just like I made a passing comment about puberty blockers, which was just to illustrate one tiny thing about desexing dogs, and then I moved on to talking about, like, you know, once you desex the dog. I mean, I didn't word it very well, probably, because it's all off the top of my head. I don't script stuff. But I briefly mentioned that thing about puberty blockers. Sometimes kids will get bone density issues or growth issues. And then I moved on to, you know, because dogs, once they're desexed, they don't get extra hormones like the kids do. So they just never have hormones, those extra hormones again, and, you know, like, it's just not natural, and so it makes sense that there might be more issues that come along. But I think they might have misinterpreted that I was only talking about humans when the whole point of the video was about pets, and they just overreacted, and, yeah. And then they were threatening they were saying, I'm not watching any of your videos ever again, and I'm like... Okay, 1, you never watch my videos anyway, and 2, I tell people not to subscribe, like, especially in real life. People are like, oh, what's your YouTube channel? And I'm like, okay, I don't recommend you following it, but if you do want to, here it is. But I tell them, like, I'm all over the place. I have vlogs, I have music, I have makeup, I have fashion, I have tech, and I mess with people every now and then, and they don't believe me and they subscribe anyway, and hello if anyone happens to see this. Pregnant with a bucket of fried chicken. Oh my god. I could insane. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't care. And there's like, I've had that happen before in a completely different thing where someone took issue. Someone was trying to tell me, I think I was talking about antidepressants, and someone was trying to tell me that you should give bipolar people, like, antidepressants only work for bipolar people. And I was like, hang on, if they're manic, antidepressants can actually be really bad for them. And then this person was like, I'm studying medical science and blah, 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 and you're wrong. And I'm like, no, this is an actual thing that is very well known. You have to be careful about giving antidepressants to people with bipolar, because you could swing them from depression into mania, and that's not good. And, you know, explaining that to them, they took such offense that they got their friends to come in and tell me what a horrible person I was for pushing back against their misinformation. And then they're all like, oh, I really liked your music, but now I hate you, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have no evidence that they ever followed my music at all. And, you know, they could have just seen that I do music stuff and been like, oh, we're going to say that we're never going to do... I don't care. I don't know who you are. And I'm not doing this for success. If I was trying to be a successful YouTuber... this is not how I would run the channel. Like, you know, I for a while I was watching channels like vidIQ and what's that dude? He used to be on a different channel, and then he made his own channel, and his name is Nate, not Nick. It's Nate. And, you know, they talk about how to be successful on YouTube, and, like, I would watch them and then just not take any of their advice. But, I mean, that's my problem. Like, I know what I should be doing to be successful on YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound like fun to me. I like, what's the point of making YouTube shit and, like, having to stick to a niche? I cannot stick to a niche. I can't even stick to anything in my life. Never mind YouTube. And, like, planning things and scripting things and having nice thumbnails. Did you like the thumbnail for this live stream, by the way? That was, like, top notch. I thought, this is special. It's my birthday and we've got 3,000 subscribers. I have to do a special thumbnail. And actually, the eyes and the mouth, that came from, if you go to my personal Facebook page with the public post, I am holding the burning perfume like a psycho. So that's where I took the eyes and the mouth from and just cut it out. Disturbing. Yeah. So these people threatening to never watch me again, who never watched me in the first place, but even if they did, I don't care. People lose interest, you move on. Like, I do that with other channels, very nicely presented YouTube channels, and I just lose interest at some point, and I haven't drunk my tea. Oh my god. Should I even drink this at the moment because I have to pee in the middle of the night? But then again, I keep having to pee in the middle of the night regardless of whether I have any tea and what time I have the tea and what time I go to bed. So hey, I'll just enjoy it. It's cold now. But it's chamomile, right? Chamomile is for calm. Not for... It's funny that the smell of burning is more calming to me than the chamomile. Wow, I'm really fucked up. But that's what you love about me, right? Yeah, look, I do pee before I go to bed, but it's just like it processes through my body. I wake up in the middle of the night, and often I cannot get back to sleep unless I actually get up and go pee. I try sometimes, and I might doze off, but then an hour later I wake up again, and it's like, I should just pee, get it over with, and then I will sleep better. Yeah, we hear a lot of stuff on the internet, and we probably shouldn't believe all of it. I think fire is like a very early genetic memory. Fire is safety and warmth. Fire good. Yeah. But also destroying everything. That's right up my alley. But yeah, I do have like some memories of like being places and there being, you know, fireplaces. I mean, this old house has fireplaces, but they're all blocked off. They're not actually used. We have a fake fireplace, which is just gas on some fake rocks. But, you know, there were a few places, like, you know, road trips to the middle of nowhere. I don't even remember why we went. I think some of it was for, like, my brother's sport, or maybe just holidays. Maybe to the snow as well, and they have fires, and that's like some more childhood stuff. Love the smell of a wood fire in winter. I tried a few times. Oh my god. This is the pee thing, right? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I think you have to be careful. But you know, I can think of better things to be drinking. Yeah, I don't know. I like the smell of fire, like burning, and like I've been on school camps, um, and other stuff. So yeah, there is something, and I guess there is like early humanity in fire. But then there's also the psycho part of me that writes that sort of a review. Um, mm. Oh man. But yeah, no, YouTube's funny and YouTube comments are funny, and sometimes I think like I just shouldn't reply, but then I can't help myself. They didn't reply to my replies though. And then the other one, if I can find those comments, because one of them was like an introduction to some TikTok slang that I didn't know about. I just thought it was super weird, and then I found out it's actually a TikTok thing. So yeah, no, the first two comments were just like they were upset about they specifically went for the puberty blocker thing as the issue that they're upset about. And yeah, I taught like that I'm not. This will be the last time I watch your videos, and I'm like, good call. Even if you agreed with me, I wouldn't tell you to subscribe. Oh, I also recommended Noctica. Because that's like the best trans music that I know of. So I don't know if they will have taken my recommendation though, because if they decided they already hated me based on one small passing comment, they're missing out on a decent trans artist, don't they? But yeah, and then so I sort of just clarified a few things because, they're overreacting, and I'm like, nuances everywhere, like the gender. It's funny that they could accept nuance on the adopt don't shop thing, but they can't accept nuance on gender. So very enlightened stuff. I was gonna go down a rabbit hole because I'll do it here. One of the things that I was thinking about, like with puberty blockers, the legitimate case. I mean, they do use them apparently for sex offenders in some places, as like a chemical castration thing. But there are legitimate uses for puberty blockers for precocious puberty, because if you go through puberty at like the age of 4, that's not good for you. So yeah, in terms of a risk analysis thing, you definitely want the kid on the puberty blockers. Now, what's really interesting is there's a trend in, I don't know if it's all of humanity, but certainly the developed world, where kids are going through puberty earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. I think I read it was like it gets earlier by 3 months every year or so, and it's been doing that for the past 40 years. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what the statistic was. And so it just like, I can't help but think, if that trend continues, it could be caused by plastics or some other chemicals we have these days. It could also be improved nutrition, because, that's another thing that we've done in the past, in industrialization and bringing up everyone's standard of living, even though living is hard. But, they don't know what the reason is. So maybe they'll figure out the reason, they'll be able to stop the trend. But if they can't stop the trend and kids are going through puberty earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier, at some point we may get to a situation where the majority of kids need puberty blockers for precocious puberty, for going through puberty earlier. And I find that really interesting. And so, like there are issues. I think it was in the UK mainly, and maybe America. I don't know really Australia. I think Australia, we haven't gone as far, but in some places people were overdoing the puberty blockers, and it was starting to cause issues for these trans kids. And it's like the risk benefit balance was not working out as well, although some of it's still experimental. But like, okay, so maybe some of the kids are going through an experimental process and it's not working out for them. But what we learn from that could actually be very useful if this precocious puberty thing does become a bigger problem. Because then we can take what we've learned now and help those kids and do it in a safer way than how some of the trans kids are being treated by some people who were not doing it properly. I find that's fascinating. I almost wrote that as a comment, but I realized they probably wouldn't read it. And then, of course, I started to go down more rabbit holes because with adult hormones as well, and this is the thing that I read recently that concerns me because, so this is like on the ABC. I'm reading the news sometimes, but, so menopause, which I know most of my audience are male, and this isn't going to be an issue for you, but, like menopause, that's like, your reproductive stuff is all stopped. But before that, there's perimenopause, where your hormones are starting to reduce. I don't know how bad that's going to be for me because I'm on the pill, and so I've got like extra hormones that make my body think I'm constantly pregnant or something like that. But there is a point where your female body starts to lose those hormones, and a lot of women go through, like, they get brain fog and all these psychological issues start to pop up out of nowhere, and they start to really struggle. And for me, as someone with mental health issues, and I was reading that and I'm like, oh no, I think, like my depression gets pretty bad sometimes, and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last in existence, if you get what I'm saying. And I have heard that certain brain changes happen before someone is about to end their existence, and what causes that. But yeah, I sort of think for me it might be when I hit perimenopause, especially if I'm not ready for it, and that might be what tips me over the edge, when there's this hormonal stuff that messes with my ability to not, so I that is a concerning thing in terms of hormones that I'm trying to, like, I'm now like, and I'm 36, and some of the women start perimenopause at like 40, so how much longer do I have to live? Although, like, knowing about it and also being on the pill, which isn't quite the same as hormone replacement therapy, but maybe it has some effect there, maybe that'll buy me some time. But that's just like a thought that I had. And so, that whole thing, they were just having a little cry about an offhand comment that I made, and it put me down this rabbit hole. I'm like, I should probably I cut my comment short, and they think that it's funny, like, if you make one wrong comment to some of the more extremists of the gender, world, they suddenly think you're Ben Shapiro. And it's just like, there are grey areas. Like, the reason I left the asexuality, well, there's a lot of reasons I left the asexuality community, but one of them was because a bunch of non-binary issues came up and I was supportive in the wrong way. And I'm like, okay, you are all crazy and I'm out of here. So, when they overreact, they do kind of, like, just lose support that they had. Anyway, what else? Oh, yeah, one of them also suggested, like, adult issues of hormones, as a better example, but I'm like, no, I was talking about desexing animals early, rather than letting them develop and then desexing them. And so actually, what did I say were better examples? Castrati, and also people with disorders that prevent full development. But no one knows about that. People, like, in the current consciousness of mainstream society, all this stuff with gender and kids transitioning, that is much more in people's consciousness. So it makes more sense as an offhand comparison or parallel or whatever than saying, oh, you're castrati. And, like, how many people know what a castrati is? We don't really have modern castrati, and, like, I would have to explain all that, and that's not what the video was meant to be about. So no. But no, with the TikTok thing, so the comment was, like, using words like divas. Hey, divas, let's not comment on stuff we've admitted we know nothing about. I didn't say I know nothing about it. I said I couldn't be bothered to go into the research, as in I can't be bothered to go into it in this video. Not that I have never looked at any research at all. So they try and put words in my mouth. Never heard of it. Oh, so castrati is, with like it's been banned for a couple hundred years, I think. But back in the old days, you have like young boys singing in a choir, and they have very pure voices. And let's not use the phrase "let's not." Yeah, no, you have these young boys with very pure voices, but of course, once they hit puberty, their voices change. So what they did back in the day is they would castrate these young boys to stop them going through puberty and stop their voices from changing, which is a much closer equivalent to what we do with pets when we desex them early. And I can't remember where I saw it because, like, I think people keep changing Wikipedia so that things are removed and whatever, and I don't care enough to find the original source. There's one recording of castrati. Yeah, and I think that castrati was older at the time and was not considered to be one of the better ones. So, and it's also like a crappy recording, so that's the closest we know to what they sound like. But yeah, no. I've heard of that, I just don't... Oh, okay. Didn't know it's called that. Yeah, castrati. So it's like a vocal type, I guess. And, like... Yes, women have smaller vocal cords, but when it's in a male body, there are differences that, it just creates a different sound, and it was very sought after back in the day, but then they realized they were doing something wrong. But yeah, no. So, anyway, so, hey divas, let's not comment on stuff we admitted we know nothing about, which, if they're talking to me, I did not admit any such thing. And then let's be mindful of the fact that we know nothing about the subject. Let's stay respectful. Let's stay demure. So I don't know for sure if they're talking to me or if they're talking to the other people who are getting upset at me because they're saying let's blah blah, like as in plural. I don't know. Should a singer be able to choose to become a castrati? Well, because they were kids, and kids can't really consent to that. Those kinds of procedures. Like, you have to get them before puberty. So, like, these are prepubescent boys. They can't consent to that kind of a thing. And if you did it to an adult, their voice has already changed, so it's too late. If a child can choose a gender, why not become birth for these things? Oh, man. Oh, man. All the denial about detransition is a thing as well. Like, there's no nuance. Obviously, transition is the right thing for some people, and not for others. Like, how hard is it for people to accept that nuance? But no, some of them the more extreme ones just get so upset at the idea. But, like, the problem with the internet, when you look at all this stuff, you've got to remember a lot of it is nitpicking, so they find the most extreme cases, and Ben Shapiro's producers do this a lot. They find, like, the craziest examples from the gender world and then present it as if everyone is like that, which is not true. So, yeah, just keep that in mind looking at those kinds of things. But yeah, no, so this comment, divas, respectful and demure, I just replied saying it was a confusing comment because at this point I can't be bothered to reply to them being stupid. But then I looked it up, and it turns out there's some TikTok trend, like I think it was actually a trans woman who started talking about being demure, and then it's become some kind of, like, I don't understand it, but the kids are right into it. And, like, the meaning of demure, you don't want to be demure. Like, it's reserved, modest, and shy, typically used of a woman, or giving a modest appearance. But it's kind of like, if you're telling someone to be demure, it's like you're telling them to shut up, which women have been told to shut up for ages. Oh, Bergul, happy birthday. I don't know if Bergul is the right way to pronounce it, but thank you. Yes, we are sort of celebrating my birthday in a way, and also 3,000 subscribers, and also getting way off topic because that's the fun thing, right? But yeah, no, so apparently, this TikToker started using the word demure, and now it's become a meme. But of course, I don't understand I don't understand what the meme is, and I kind of don't want to. And, like, using the word divas is apparently part of that as well. I'm not sure if respectful is, or mindful, I think was. I was reading an article about it. So, like, I've accidentally learned some TikTok slang there, and a lot of the slang that comes out of TikTok is just weird, and back to the topic of my birthday, it's like, yep, confirmation that I am bloody old at this point. Because the kids, what are the kids doing at this? Going on about being demure. Like, I don't know if maybe, are they trying to make fun of that TikToker, or do they actually think it's cool, or I'm not sure, but that it's a thing that took off, very bizarre. So I wrote the comment saying, like, I wrote the thing saying, what a confusing comment, before I looked it up, and then I looked it up. I was actually just looking up the word demure, and then Google brought up all the TikTok stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, really? I kind of hope that America does ban TikTok. Is that a thing still happening? I've tried not to watch too much news and too many political channels lately because it's just tiring. You know, I can't do anything to change the world, so why torture myself watching it fall apart? Falling apart in a boring way. Like, if it was burning, that might be more interesting, but mostly it's just destroying itself in stupid ways. But yeah, I don't know. If America is still thinking of banning TikTok, I hope they do it. Just less of this stuff. I mean, I'm sure the kids will move on to some other platform, but TikTok seems to operate in a way that produces a lot more of this craziness, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. Oh man, we're eating ourselves to death. Yeah, there's that too in some parts of the world, and meanwhile other parts of the world are starving to death. So that's a fun problem. It's more like rotting. That, yes, that's the perfect comparison. The world is rotting rather than burning. I know there are a few wars going on where things are burning, but it's not burning in like the sort of epic vision that I have. Oh, what happened? My video is just, yeah. Did my camera just die? Is it stuck like that? Hang on, let me, what if I do this? And then, activate! Da-da-da-da-da. I might have just killed it even worse. Let me try and re-add my camera and see if that works. Or maybe this is the point where, oh shit, which one is the thing? Meet? No. I can't even remember. Video capture device? No. Okay. Okay. And then, no. I think my camera just died. There's a thumbnail. I can like add an image, and I can add desktop. Well, maybe that's a sign that I should wrap it up, because we are at that point where I've got to put Triton to bed. Graphics. That one. Yeah, I don't know. Is that terrifying? Yeah, I do not know what just happened to my camera. Let me see if Logitune can figure it out. No, it doesn't know either. Yeah, well, so what would be interesting to find out is whether it's just glitched or whether the camera is actually dead. Camera source is a bit, okay. I don't know if I can like unplug it or... But yeah, no, I think that's a sign that we should probably stop. And before I say anything else that's gonna get me cancelled, as if I give a shit, but you know, have those kids come and threaten to never watch me again when they never watched me in the first place. Where is the thing that controls my camera in this computer? Like, I'm now on Windows 11, and it's similar, but it's not the same. Camera. Oh no. Camera access? I don't know. I can hear Triton being upset though. I think someone left the door open, and so he can probably hear me talking. I'm going to get going then, because you don't need to see my creepy face much longer than we have to. But thanks for joining me for my birthday. Let me just lift this up again. Birthday and 3,000 subscribers live stream. I hope my face cutout gives you nightmares. And I will see you in the next video. I can't remember which is the next video. It might be me complaining about clothing sizes, but we'll see. Shall we go on some music? What music do we want to do? This one. Where they won't tell me what to frickin' do.